What if I told you that the iconic periodic table hanging on your classroom wall is hiding a breathtaking secret? That behind those orderly squares and atomic numbers lies a world of cosmic drama, explosive betrayals, and elements with secret lives so strange they seemed ripped from a science fiction novel. We've been taught to see these elements as static, well-behaved building blocks, but the truth is far more fascinating. Each one has a personality, a hidden history, and a role in the universe that will completely reshape your understanding of reality itself. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the elements you thought you knew. Forget the boring charts. Get ready for a journey into the secret lives of the periodic table, where the stories are so unbelievable, you'll wonder how they ever stayed hidden for this long. Secret number 1. Let's start with an element that is the ultimate double agent, living a life of quiet deception right under our noses. We all know carbon as the fundamental ingredient of life, the stuff of diamonds and the lead in our pencils. It's the stable, reliable foundation of our very biology. But here's the incredible twist. Every single atom of carbon in your body, in every living thing on this planet, was forged in the heart of a dying star. Not just any star, but a massive one in its final, violent death throes. This process, called stellar nucleosynthesis, sees helium atoms crushed together under immense pressure and heat to create carbon. You are literally made of stardust. The carbon that forms your DNA, the oxygen you breathe, the iron in your blood, all of them are cosmic souvenirs from stellar explosions that occurred billions of years ago. It's a humbling, beautiful thought that connects us directly to the vast cosmos. And if carbon's origin story is epic, wait until you hear about the element that's literally falling from the sky. Secret number 2. Speaking of the sky, our next element is a mysterious visitor that arrives unannounced from the depths of space. Iridium is a dense, brittle metal that's incredibly rare in the Earth's crust. For decades, its scarcity puzzled geologists, but then, while examining a thin layer of clay from 66 million years ago, scientists made a stunning discovery. This specific layer was wildly enriched with iridium. The concentration was hundreds of times higher than anywhere else. This was the crucial clue that cracked one of history's greatest cold cases. The only plausible source for such a vast amount of iridium? A massive asteroid impact. The theory goes that a 6-mile-wide space rock slammed into Earth, vaporizing on impact, and scattering its iridium-rich dust across the entire globe. This dust settled, creating the iridium layer we find today, the ghostly fingerprint of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. Iridium is a silent, metallic witness to planetary catastrophe. But for an element with a truly explosive personality, we need to talk about the one that just can't sit still. Secret number 3. If the periodic table had a rebel, an element that refuses to play by the rules, it would be fluorine. This pale yellow gas is the most reactive, the most electronegative element on the entire table. It's so desperate to form bonds that it will react with almost anything, including some of the most inert substances we know. In its pure form, it's so vicious that early chemists who tried to isolate it nicknamed their quest the Fluorine Challenge, a pursuit that literally cost some of them their lives. Fluorine will corrode glass, set water on fire, and even react with the noble gas xenon, which was thought to be completely unreactive. Its incredible reactivity is its superpower. In your toothpaste, fluorine in the form of fluoride forms a protective shield around your teeth, fighting off decay-causing bacteria with relentless efficiency. It's a classic case of a dangerous force being tamed for our benefit. And speaking of taming dangerous forces, our next element was once considered a useless, even cursed metal. Now, let's talk about an element that went from a laboratory nuisance to the undisputed king of the digital age. Silicon is the second most abundant element in the Earth's crust, most commonly found in sand. For centuries, it was just the stuff of beaches and glass. But its secret life was unlocked when we learned to purify it into crystalline wafers. Scientists discovered that silicon is a semiconductor, meaning it can be meticulously controlled to either conduct or resist electricity. This one property sparked a revolution. By etching tiny, intricate circuits onto silicon chips, we created the microprocessor, the brain of every computer, smartphone, and smart device in the world. The sand you walk on at the beach contains the raw material for the device you're using to watch this video. Silicon's journey from humble sand to the engine of global civilization is a testament to human ingenuity. But for an element with a more glowing reputation, we need to look at one that literally saved a city.
Secret number 5. Our next element has a story of salvation that sounds like a myth. In 1854, a devastating cholera outbreak was ravaging London, and no one knew how the disease was spreading. A physician named John Snow had a hunch it was in the water, but he needed proof. His detective work led him to a public water pump on Broad Street. To confirm his theory, he did something drastic. He removed the pump handle, effectively shutting it down. The outbreak in that area soon ceased. But what sealed the deal was a scientific discovery years later. The water from that pump was contaminated with a specific bacterium, and the element that helped prove it? Radium. Decades later, researchers used radium's faint, natural glow to create luminescent markers. While this isn't the exact method Snow used, it symbolizes how a mysterious radioactive element would later empower science to track and trace the invisible world, confirming the waterborne nature of disease. It's a story of how elements, even the dangerous ones, can become tools for life-saving discovery. And if you think radium's story is strange, wait until you hear about the element that's both a life giver and a potential life ender. This brings us to an element with the most profound split personality in the universe. Nitrogen is all around us. It makes up 78% of the air we breathe, but in this gaseous form, it's incredibly aloof and unreactive. Plants and animals simply can't use it directly. So how does this abundant gas become the building blocks of our proteins and DNA? The secret lies in a biological heist performed by tiny microbes in the soil and certain plants like lagoons. These bacteria have a special enzyme that can crack the tough triple bond between nitrogen atoms, fixing it into a form that life can consume. This process feeds the entire planetary food web. However, this same life-giving element has a dark side. When nitrogen-based compounds are used in explosives like TNT or ammonium nitrate, the same energy locked in its bonds is released in an instant of devastating violence. Nitrogen is both the quiet sustainer of life and a key component of earthly destruction, a true Jekyll and Hyde of the periodic table. But for an element that's a master of disguise, none can compare to our final secret life. Our final secret life belongs to an element that is a master of illusion, an element that isn't really what it seems. Gallium is a soft, silvery metal with a brilliant party trick. It has a melting point of just about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which means it will literally melt in your hand. But its most famous deception is its ability to make aluminum crumble like a wet paper bag. If you make a spoon out of gallium and stir a cup of tea with an aluminum spoon, or simply smear a drop of liquid gallium onto an aluminum can, something magical and unsettling happens. The gallium atoms infiltrate the aluminum's crystalline structure, destroying its integrity and causing it to become brittle and fracture with barely any force. It's not a chemical reaction, you see, but a physical one, a disruption at the atomic level. This liquid metal trick makes gallium a perpetual source of scientific amusement and wonder, a reminder that at the atomic level, the rules can be wonderfully weird. And this is just the beginning of the weirdness the table has to offer. So there you have it. The periodic table is not a graveyard of boring facts, but a vibrant, dynamic portrait of cosmic history, hidden drama, and unbelievable personalities. From the stardust in your veins to the asteroid dust that reshaped the planet, from the rebel fluorine to the silicon brains of our technology, these elements are the true protagonists of our universe's story. Understanding their secret lives doesn't just make you smarter, it changes your perspective.
It connects you to the cataclysmic events that made our world and highlights the ingenious ways we've learned to harness these elemental forces. The next time you see a periodic table, remember you're not looking at a chart. You're looking at a universe of untold stories, each element waiting for its secret to be discovered. What other incredible truths are hiding in plain sight, just waiting for a curious mind to uncover them? If your mind is buzzing with these unbelievable facts, then you're exactly who we make these videos for. To keep that spark of curiosity alive, to learn more about the hidden forces shaping our world, and to join a community of lifelong learners, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Subscribe to Fact Spark Wave for more mind-blowing facts and daily motivation.